Hi, I'm Matt Grant from Sailrite, and I want to show you today the Ultrafeed Collapsible Sewing Table. This is the second generation of the collapsible sewing table from Sailrite. It is a table that was redeveloped from the Gidget II Sewing Table that Arrow Sewing Cabinets makes. And what I mean by re-engineered is that we originally had the table made with a larger cutout that could hold Ultrafeed sewing machines in their portable cases, and we also reinforced the shelf so that it could handle the weight of our heavier sewing machine. The version 2 portion of this has to do with the fact that now, instead of just 2 chains that used to hold the shelf, we now have a total of 4 chains, which gives you the ability to really finitely adjust the levelness of the shelf using the 4 chains. So this shelf obviously will move into the up position as it is now, so that you could use this surface for patterning or crafting purposes, or even a sideboard for a buffet or something like that. Or you can drop the shelf down and then you can put your sewing machine in the tabletop. While I'm holding this top up, I want to point a few things out. First is, notice that the collapsed height of the table is only just over 4 inches. So this table is something that you can easily slide under another piece of furniture, and you can see it has rolling wheels on one end of the tabletop to allow you to easily slide it under a piece of furniture or a bed or a bunk on a boat. So it is a versatile sewing table for your Ultrafeed sewing machine, where space is at a premium. To set up the table, you just want to lay it on its top on a clean surface, and then you want to release this Velcro, raise the legs, and then each leg goes into a black plastic clamp here, and you have to push it in hard and it'll clip. You'll hear it make a noise. Okay, that's the way you know it's locked. Same thing on this end. Okay. And that's really all there is to setting up the table. While we're under here, you can see the 4 chains that I was talking about. Okay, and let's flip our table upright. Okay, shelf is up, nice sturdy shelf. To adjust and lower the shelf to put your sewing machine in, there's simply a lever here, drop it down, push the shelf down, and that's where your sewing machine would sit. Now, you don't want to operate the shelf with the machine in place. So nothing should be on the shelf when you're raising or lowering the shelf. The height of the shelf depends upon the machine that you're going to be installing. This shelf is set at just over 3.5 inches, and you can verify it at all 4 corners. And if it's not level, you would adjust the thumb screws on the eye bolts in order to fine tune it. For more aggressive adjustments, you actually move lengths of chains with the bolts. So this particular shelf is set up for the old Deluxe Sewing Machine case from Sailrite. If you have the Industrial Sewing Machine case from Sailrite, that 3.5 inches actually needs to be moved to 4 1/8 inch. These are the 2 cases that we've designed the collapsible table stand to work with. The first, you can see the seam for where the case top comes off is just above 3.5 inches, which is why we have the shelf set that way right now. Our new industrial case, you can see it's about 4 1/8 inch. So for this particular table, in order to use the industrial case, we're going to have to lower the shelf, and we have a separate video to show you how to make that adjustment. In the meantime, let me show you how to install the case in the tabletop. For the older Deluxe case, what you need to do, and this case doesn't have a machine in it, but I'm going to remove the case top. And what I want to show you is that when you go to drop your case into the cutout, you need to push the hasps down so that it'll fit the width of the cutout, and then you want to lock your sewing machine using this pivoting lock so that you can actually pick up the machine and lower the whole thing into the cutout. Since I don't have a machine right now, I'm just going to grab it here by the back, and you can see it does lower into this cutout easily. And you can also see that we've got it set so that it's nice and flush in the cutout. So this table now is perfectly set up for this particular case package. Now I'm going to take this one out and let's put the newer case in. Yeah, this case is a lot heavier because it's got a machine in it. And we'll set it up here and let's get her opened. All right, as with the other case, you want to lock the pivot, which this is already locked. And then no hasps that you have to press down. This one, you just pick up the machine then and slowly lower it into the cutout. And you'll be able to see right away that the shelf needs to be lowered for this particular machine. So watch the second video on how to lower the shelf in order to operate with this machine. All right, we're all set up now. Sewing machine is installed in our tabletop. After we've adjusted the chains to set it up for the new industrial carrying case, and it looks great. It's a really practical work surface when the shelf is up, and it's an even more practical work surface when you have your sewing machine in place and you want to be able to sew while sitting on a chair. When you're done sewing, you can remove the sewing machine, collapse the table, and stow everything away beautifully. Ultrafeed Collapsible Sewing Table is a wonderful addition to your Ultrafeed sewing machine. Thanks for watching.